Hey guys, and today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys the best builds in Shadovia and how to get them. So let's get straight into this. So I'm going to be going over all of the best builds that I've accumulated and that's some that have been floating around. And I'm just going to be telling you guys how to get them. I'm going to be showing you some combinations that I think are extremely good for builds. So the first one we're going to be getting into is the candy scythe build. Now, the items that I'm gonna be missing in these videos that you guys absolutely will want for these builds are the rest of the rough set because it has physical damage, and obviously you're gonna want the Slime King crown, and you're also gonna want the bear boss cape, you know, the one in the savannah that's behind the orc town. And there's also another set. I think it's from the Warlock quest line. When you hand him I think it's the Axe of the Grand Orcan, but I'm not entirely sure. But those are some of the items that you're gonna want, and that I don't have. So some of these builds are gonna be a little worse than they actually are. But let's get straight into this. So, first build we're gonna be getting into is this build. Now, this build, the DPS does fool you because if you use it, I'm going to be trying to show you the DPS as best as I can. You go up to it, and then you just you hit it with the Jolly Orb. It just did 10k. Hold on. I think it just did 10k DPS. But I have to actually use it now because there we go. Because it was glitching. And then you hit him with these, and it absolutely obliterates their health. It says it did 2k DPS, but that's because I was hitting him with a Jolly Orb afterward. You just did somewhere around like 13,000 damage. Probably it's somewhere around 10k DPS. This is extremely good. 5-star level 10 Jolly Orb. And using this Candy King Scythe build is absolutely insane. And I 100% recommend it as one of the best builds. Now, on to the next build. It's actually extremely similar, but it actually involves the Reaper Scythe instead. As you can see, this build, the Reaper Scythe does a lot of damage. It almost does 3k DPS without the Jolly Orb. But instead of using the Jolly Orb, I am gonna change up the set a little bit. I'm actually going to increase the attack speed, and doing this actually increases the DPS and allows you to get upwards to 5k DPS. It's actually very good. The Reaper Scythe build, in my opinion, was always one of the best. It never really truly got dethroned for me. Yes, you see, sometimes this build can get 5k DPS, but most of the time you're hovering at around 4k. And yeah, so these builds, this is one of the good builds, and personally, in my opinion, the Reaper Scythe build just never does truly go away as one of the best builds. But the Divine Katana used to be in that position, and now it's just extremely mid. It got nerfed, so now it's not so good anymore. And yeah, so let's move on to the next build, which actually has to do with the Ice Morn, which you can get the Ice Morn from the Grizzclaws boss, and you need 45 snowballs to craft it in this Christmas event. And you can get it either as a drop, or you need to craft it using rainbow gems and stuff. I did a video on how to get these weapons, so if you want to go look at that, you go look at that. It's going to be the Ice Morn. You're going to want the Jolly set. You can craft this for 100 snowballs each at the crafting bench. And the Doom Bucket you get from going to Brimstone and talking to Doomringer. He's over in Brimstone. Let me just show you where it is real quick if you don't know where it is. It's near the Cubit. It's extremely close to the Cubit. That's him right over here, the one with the hammer. You talk to him. You do his quest line. You talk to him over there. And you get yourself a Doom Bucket. And this thing is extremely good for builds, and I'm going to show you why in a second. And this build is around 7k DPS. It's very good. And I actually just equipped the robes. Oh my goodness. Because I'm trying to get back up onto the island. But this build's actually very good. It's a 7k DPS, one of the best in the game. And there are obviously more really good builds to go over. I'm going to be trying to get them as the days go on. But I've been trying to grind gold, and I have a couple million, but hopefully I can get around 5 mil by the end of tonight. But let's get the build going. I don't know where the weapon went, but all you gotta do is use the R ability, hold it down, and wait for it. Boom. And if you do hit, you can get upwards of 8k DPS. Now, obviously, I'm missing some items, so this build isn't crazy good yet. But if you do get those items I was talking about in the beginning of the video, then you will do upwards of like 10k DPS. It is absolutely insane. Now, I'm going to put on the arm bracer here, and we're going to see how much damage it does now. Hopefully more. Yeah, see, now it does 8k, almost 8,500. Really good while using the arm bracer. Now, let's move on to probably one of the really good builds. And this involves the tactical power sniper. This build, this is extremely good. It literally does 10k DPS. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, so let's see how much it does. You charge it up, you hold it down, and doing that, you will do 9.2k. This is without the items. This is almost 10k DPS without the items. And if you switch to the Jolly Orb, after doing this, you can do even more damage. So charge up, shoot, Jolly Orb, and just start shredding. You do that to a boss, you just did 16,000 damage in not even 5 seconds. Which means the DPS isn't the big focus of the build, it's the damage. The Jolly Orb is an absolute insane weapon to just switch to after using it, like an R ability or a charge. It's absolutely insane. But, so that's it for that build. And that's about it. I have more builds cooking up later. If this does get a lot of views and a lot of likes, I will make a part 2 to this video. So I'm going to aim for, 100 likes? And we'll make a part 2. I'll probably make a part 2 anyway, just to people like it. But yeah, so if you guys enjoy, hit that like button down below, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.